Hello, Gooners and Gamers. It's your boy Kentman. It's super fucking early. I was asleep. I was slumber. I was I was in the bed sleep, and I get a tweet. Brown does too. Emergency live stream that needs to happen, and now I'm here. So let's jump. Let's play my intro so we can dive into this.
I love the kind of woman that will actually just kill me.
On the JP of Brown Does 2 on Twitter, they sent out a message. We sincerely deeply apologize to the disappointing so many of our urgent users regarding this matter. I apologize. I'm still waking up, like fresh out the fucking bed. We have taken each and every viable option submitted by our users with the utmost seriousness and have carefully reviewed them in detail. In response, we held internal meetings from the weekend through this morning. Dang. They've been working all throughout the morning to help counter the situation. I mean, people are pissed. They have every right to be pissed of the changes, but like, it sucks for the developers, honestly. We plan to directly explain the revision plans for character and costumes content changes via the live stream. For details on the emergency live stream to be held today, which is January 12th, which is right now, and Brown Dust 2 Japan, and blah, 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 all the other stuff. So that's what we're here right now. I don't know if I'm going to react to the entire stream. Well, I'm going to react to the entire stream. I don't know if I'm going to post the entire stream of me reacting to it. But I'll probably just show you guys the important stuff and then kind of reflect on it once it's all done. No changes will be made to character designs. They reversed it.
네, 테레제 레피테아를 포함해서 기존에 언급되었었던 모든 캐릭터는 현재의 모습 그대로 유지가 될 것이고 슬랩슬랩 팝을 포함한 모든 콘텐츠 역시 삭제되지 않을 것입니다.
We fucked up. We seriously fucked up.
결정은 일시적이거나 유보적인 판단이 아닙니다.
And we need to reverse it.
브라운 더스트 2의 서비스
They
기간
reversed
동안
it.
유지되는 최종 방침입니다.
Complaining actually worked.
넘겨주세요.
Wow.
네, 리베르타 프레스티지 스킨의 원본입니다. 네, 이 부분에 대해서도 말씀드리겠습니다. 콘텐츠에 대한 판단은 어디까지나 개인의 몫이고요.
Jesus.
통해서 소장하는 프레스티지 개발사에서 먼저 제안하는 것은 옳지 않은 판단이었습니다.
He looks so hurt. Dang it. Look, again, we need to be mad, but I'm sure they're just as mad as any of us, or he was just as mad. But if the decision was to reverse everything, you know, and they're going to handle it a different way, then I would say being upset about the situation of censorship is valid. But, you know, at the same time, they're still human beings. So, you know, you feel for them, you know, at the same time. So that's just it. You know, I have a heart. I'm sorry. I have a heart. Anyway, during the live stream, someone interpreted everything that happened in the live stream, and I just kind of want to go over it just so we have a more of a clarification of what's going on, but after what I already said. But after thinking deeply about this over the weekend, I have come to the conclusion, and I like to share with you. Regarding this situation, there will be no design changes made to any characters or any costumes that were discussed, which we already knew. All previously mentioned characters, including Tesla Zilly X tier, will be kept exactly as they are now, and no content including slap tap will be removed. Let's go. The decision is not temporary or a pre-visional. In the final policy that will be maintained throughout the entire service period of Brown Dust 2. This is the original vision of the prestige skin, and I like to address, which we did see, which I can't show again. I am not going to show it, but if you want to see it, go to the original live stream. I'm blocking some of the text. I realize that. Let me move over here. So Judging content should ultimately be the matter of the person's choice. It was not the right decision for the development team.
네, 안녕하세요.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. We already read that. Okay. Where we at? Judging the content should be ultimately the matter of the person's choice. Person's choice. Exactly. You are taking this is why I love Broncos too. At the end of the day. Best fan service gacha game in the world. I can say that again. Oh my god, it's so crazy. Except for that Pacific region. Except for that Pacific region. Anyway, it was not the right decision for the development team to be the ones to suggest a perishable collectible prestige skin. I think the lack of the courage to stand firm on this. The Liberta Prestige skin will also be released in the original version as it was intentionally planned. The final choice and judgment will be left entirely up to you. Oh, good news. It will be available for 4 weeks after January 15th update. And an apology for this matter, it will be provided for free to everyone. Oh, goated! This prestige skin is going to be free. So now they're taking a loss at someone that will. Oh, that's actually kind of goated. This is. I mean, I feels like this should never happen to begin with. The right call was to go with that Pacific region in mind and change that game. Should have been the first option, but like. We're here now, and that's all it is. In Landon's case, as well as we had previously announced a toned down version, what you're seeing on the screen now is the original, and it will release exactly as is. So they're talking about this character here. This was going to be on the right, the censor version. This was the one that we were going to get originally, but this is the version that was originally intended, where her cake was out for display the entire time. And now this is the version we're getting, and this is not the version we're getting, which is amazing. Amazing. Beautiful devs, man. Beautiful devs. It's crazy. And just in case you guys want to see that Pacific scene, that's it. That's all you're going to get. That's all you're gonna get. If you look for it for yourself or when the game comes out. Many of you were most worried about things like what exactly is the standard for revisions and who will be targeted next. To be honest, the warning criteria from the external organization were so vague that they were difficult to clearly define even initially. It is that purpose and it's in that purpose my use of the ambiguous expressions clearly and adult only ended up in increasing your anxiety and distrust. I feels like, all right. I'm going to read the whole thing because this is a lot, and then I'll chime in with my thoughts, okay? This was entirely a misjudgment on my part, and I will take full responsibility. Because everything is done based on approvals from rating boards, we judged that if service were to be suspended in even a single country, it would very likely trigger a chain reaction of reports to other national authorities and lead to additional reviews. At present, monitoring intensely and censorship standards for content are being broadly tightening worldwide, and Brown Dust 2 has been under continuous scrutiny from multiple organizations, which I feel is that. I mean, the world, most wokies hates fan service. The world hates fan service, and they hate how thriving it truly is, and they hate giving people choices on their own self-enjoyment, you know? But at the end of the day, it should be a person's choice whether they like something or not, you know? That's it. That's the same thing. It's like, hey, I don't like apples. I rather prefer a banana. All right, that's your choice. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I like looking at titties in a video game, and I enjoy that. It's like an icing on a cake. But if you don't like it, then don't look at it. I think there still should be a censor button. Like, if people don't want to see it, which is their right, then they should not be allowed to see it with a button. Boom, done. Problem solved. Problem solved. That's all they need to do. Because we believe the service suspensions could happen again, we concluded that simply separating a single country would not be the fundamental solution. But it seems like they came to the realization that I think what it was is that they thought that it was only going to be a few people upset about this situation. I think they underestimated how many people was going to be upset with censorship, which you censor anything, people are going to be upset. That's just the plain truth of it. To be completely honest, I felt a strong sense of crisis and fear that if successive service suspensions were to continue, it would become difficult to maintain normal operations of Brown Dust 2 going forward. For the countries where issues have been raised, we are currently discussing with the relevant authorities measures such as limiting content visibly only within those service regions and implementing service suspensions there or operating separate modified builds. Oh, that's beautiful. So they're going to make a different version or just cut their losses of that region and let the game thrive in the countries that allow it. That's beautiful. Beautiful. As soon as these conclusions are finalized, we will make an official announcement immediately. So it's not set in stone just yet, but they will let us know what happens in the future, which we'll look forward to. Our goal is to comply with the laws of each country while also protecting both creative freedom and the rights of those who enjoy the content. From now on, we will follow a single principle, regionalized service provision instead of content modification. Oh, it's like music to my ears, bro. If we again encounter a situation where normal service is possible without modifying content due to regulations in a specific country or platform, we will not choose to alter character designs. Instead, we will separate policies by region, though measures such as region limited promotion, processing, service, and termination in that region, or operating separate modified builds. So they're saying they learned from this mistake, and from now on, if someone has a problem with the game, we'll just change that Pacific region's part of the game. It's just kind of what it is. You know, the internet is so fresh now. Like, the internet is different than it was back in the day. Nowadays, people can easily find APKs for the other versions through apps if they wanted to, you know? And maybe you just gotta play it on PC, you know, instead on your phone, which, you know, I think is the better option anyway, in my opinion. All right. We are currently in discussions with the relevant authorities to ensure a smooth server operation. So we believe there will still a possibility that some of our answers may inquire. It may be accurate. We ask for your understanding regarding this. After this broadcast, please post any questions related to it through a Q&A link in the community or the developer notes. We will collect and organize them and will respond to each one individually. So whenever that happens, we'll definitely look into that. I believe I am not someone who should be asking you for understanding. I am someone who should be protecting the characters who you enjoy from external interference. No matter the reason, the designs of the characters we love should never have been altered. Let your vision be shine. If the game shuts down through public means, then that is the best way to go down, honestly, in my opinion. Now, I think that's what they said is best a year ago. Like, if the game is going to get shut down, it's because we did it the way we wanted to. I think that's just the way it should be, honestly. I failed to properly consider how heavy and serious the idea of the adjust characters designs levels. In other words, censorship would feel to you. Yeah, he underestimated how much people was going to be upset about censorship, which I feels like being in a game that he is in should have been a very clarification that, you know, people don't really like censorship at all, ever. Conveying such an important matter through a hastily prepared text announcement was clearly my fault, and it was a very foolish action. It shook the trust we had built through illustrations in an instant and left doubt over every future release, making people wonder whether it too had been censored. I consider this a most painful mistake. To close it out, the person who ultimately decides the service policy for Brown Dust 2 is me. There is no hidden force behind me, nor my external authority giving orders. I sincerely apologize for the confusion and disappointment this incident has caused. It will serve to make, I will strive to make choices that I will not be ashamed of before you in the future. I'm sorry and thank you. So this guy here, the director, who was the same person that said a year ago that he would rather the game be burned down because of the way the game is than people canceling the game, essentially, because they make very sexy stuff. And essentially at this last part he's saying there was no one telling him that he had to take or remove or alter the game. It was just a decision that he came up with on himself that he thought was the best option in time. And he didn't think people was going to be upset about it as much. But people were. A lot of people were. And now he came to the decision to only alter the region specifically upset about the game. And that's it. And that's a great way to handle it. That's what should have happened to begin with, you know? But hey, we're here now. The game seems like it's going to be fine. The Liberta Prestige skin is going to be free. And that's amazing. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful. Oh my God. That skin. Oh my God. That for free. Wow. Now I feels like now I can make my other video of the Zenith skin now. So there's that. So that is the whole situation for Brown Dust 2. Hopefully this whole situation can just be a thing in the past. I mean, obviously that Pacific region still has to deal with censorship. So I guess we're going to have to figure out that whole situation at some point. But I guess we'll worry about that after January 15th if the update happens and, you know, move on from that. But in the end, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, what you guys thought of this whole situation. Are you happy about the decision? Are you still mad that the game's staying censored in that Pacific region? Let me know what all your thoughts are in the comments down below. And as more information comes out, I'll be here to provide more information to you about Brown Dust 2, as it's my favorite gacha game of all time right now. And it's the best fan service game that's ever been created. That's the gacha game that's ever been created. And this is good news. But we'll move on from that whenever there's more information. So with that being said, remember that fan service is the best kind of service, and remember to be a fan of that like button. I'll be back with another video real soon, and I will see you in the next video real soon.